see. My hyperpigmentation is still for real. You know what? It's okay. It's baby blessing. It's baby blessing. I don't mind. It's baby blessing. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I am Bella. If you are new, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I am here today, guys. Yes, I'm doing a level 1 delivery story. I am not pregnant anymore, as you can see. Well, I'm not pregnant anymore. I've had baby. I have had my little one, so I am here to do a level 1 delivery story for you guys. I mean, there's a lot that I have to say. There is a lot that I have to say, but this video is just about labor and deliveries, and maybe the days before I went into labor and all of that jazz. And I'm going to do like a separate video about bringing baby home and having baby during this holy coronavirus situation. There is a lot to talk about, y'all. A lot to talk about. A lot. Like, childbirth is real. You know, it's real. I feel sitting down here, look at my, I'm a mom. Just looking at a mirror and I'm a mom. I'm a mom. I'm a mom. I'm a mom. Yeah. I'm still trying to, you know, put that together. I'm still trying to get that into my system, that I'm a mom, because it's still unreal to me. I look at my baby and I'm like, I'm a mom. It's okay. It's okay. So guys, this is like, my labor and delivery was long, painful for days, and scary. I'm just going to be so honest with you guys. Like, it was scary, you know. The thing is that it's not really the I don't know, the days before my water broke, I was just in so much pain. A lot was happening, a lot was going on in my life, that, and then with this whole COVID-19 thing, everything together scared me. I was in so much fear that I was like, you know what, what's going to happen? What if I give birth to my baby and they have this? What if I go into the hospital and I have coronavirus? And what if my baby has it? What is this? What? I was so much disturbed. I was in fear. I was worried. And then the fact that my last midwife appointment, my midwife was like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't go with any family members or what. It's just your birth partner and you in the delivery suite. My mom could not be there, no friends, no one, just your partner, your delivery partner. That's all. And they're just in the delivery suite, not even like, after that, after you've had baby, they are going home and you're staying there alone. I was just like, yeah, but you know, can they not come and visit? And she was like, no, I'm sorry, they can't. So I was just like, okay, cool. That scared me. So I was just like, well, let's see how it goes. Let's see what, you know, the whole situation goes the day it happens. And I gave birth to baby on Saturday. That week, I actually gave birth on my exact due date, the day that it, you know, when you get pregnant and you go for your scan and they give you expected due date, blah, blah, blah. They gave me a due date which was the 25th, and I gave birth on the 25th. I wasn't expecting to give birth on the 25th because I've heard that women don't really give birth on their due date. It's always before or after. It's like really rare. So but I gave birth on my due date. So the week before that 25th, the week of that 25th, this is what happened, guys. When I say I had a long painful week, it was a long painful week. When the last few weeks of my pregnancy, I was doing a lot of walking. I was walking because, you know, everyone was like, you know, if you want to pop that baby fast, you don't want to stay in labor and delivery for too long, you need to do some exercise. You need to walk, you need to exercise, sit on your birth ball. I had a birth ball every day. Breakfast, lunch, supper, watch movie, Netflix, Disney, whatever. I was on that ball. I was sitting on my ball. And then the last week I had intense walking. Like, I think I overdid it for some reason. I don't know why. I was just walking. Like, I would go out sometimes 2 times a day for walks, and then I'll walk for long distance, and then I'll come back home, my legs will be swollen, I'll be tired, I'll be this, and then bam, evening I'll still go. Get up in the morning, I'll go for a walk, come back, stay at home, you know, rest for a bit. Not really rest because I'm always on the ball, bouncing my life out. Rest on the ball, and then evening comes, I go back for another walk. So I think I was just like doing my walk because, you know, I just wanted to have, initially my birth plan was I wanted to have a water birth. So this is a water birth. I didn't want no epidural, no gas and air, no kind of medication. I just wanted water. I just wanted to be in water and just relax and then pop that baby out. Oh well, it's not always, it doesn't always go as planned, right? That's what they always say. The midwife told me, oh well, you have a low risk pregnancy, so it's okay, you can have a water birth. So I was excited. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a water birth. I was excited. But that last week something happened that crushed my dreams of water birth, that made me to cry, that made me to wonder what's all this, why me. I was just like, why me? Why do I have to go through all this pain, this and that, just to have a baby? You know, for a baby. Thinking about it right now, I would do it all over again for him. Trust me, I would do it all over again for him, because just looking at him smiling and all that, it melts my heart. But yeah, that week, guys, it's so weird. Or maybe not. Right, so that week, you know, when I was going for walks and all that, I could this video, just so you know, it's going to be a little bit TMI, a little bit of nasty things that I'm going to be saying. But yeah, so that week because I was going for too much, I was going out for walks too much. At about Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I could feel, is it actually Wednesday or Tuesday? About Tuesday, you know, I could feel like, you know, just sending my hand down there, I could feel something really hard and strong and a little bit sore and stuff. So I went to Dr. Google. I was like, is it okay to have a little bit of swollen, you know, vajayjay when you're pregnant, during like your last trimester and all of that? And Google was like, oh yeah, it's okay to have a little bit painful swollen vajayjay, you know, all of that. So I took it. Okay, I was like, all right, that's fine. Google said it's okay, you know, it's okay. It's just the whole baby thing, you know. But the next day it keeps on, you know, it kept growing, you know. The swollenness kept increasing, and then it was hard, like rock hard. Like at some point I felt like, oh, that's my baby's head, you know, maybe, or I don't know. It felt like something was there and it was swollen and it was painful, but I didn't know what it was. So I was just like, oh, maybe that's my baby's head. I'm just gonna go for more walks and see what happens, but I hope I don't have this baby at home. And I just kept going for walks. Wednesday I went for a walk, Thursday I went for another walk. No, Wednesday, Thursday. The things that Thursday I started having some contractions. And I was like, she actually tells her that I started having contraction with Wednesday, because I've been walking the week before, because I just don't want to forget anything. I just want to get the days right. I was walking the week before, and then that week now, Monday, I started having that swollenness down there and everything, and then Wednesday I started having some contractions. I was like, I've been having Braxton Hicks before, and this is nothing like it. This is definitely contractions. So, and it kept on going and going. I was just on my ball and all of that. At some point I was like, you know what, this is actually contractions. I need to go to the hospital. I need to call the maternity assessment. I rang maternity assessment, and they were like, oh, just stay at home for a bit, you know, just wait and see how it goes. If it continues, and if it continues, then you can come in, call us and come in again. I chilled at home for a bit, and then, you know, it kept on going. I chilled at home for about 3 more hours, and the thing just kept on increasing. I was like, yeah, this baby is coming out today, so I'm going. So I told babies that I was like, you know what, we need to go hospital, like, because I feel like I'm having this baby today. We need to go. And then the fact that there's this hot thing down there that I don't know what it is, if it's my baby or it's not my baby, but we need to go. We went to the hospital, and I just bounced into maternity assessment. Like, I was just walking in there, and this midwife was like, oh, is it you? Did you just call that you're coming in? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you don't look like you're in labor. I was like, yeah, but I'm in pains. We got in there, she was like, just, you know, when you go there, do urine sample and all of that. She did my urine sample, everything. I washed my hands, all of that, sanitizing. Because of COVID-19, you have to literally wash your hands at the door, get in, they do all of this, they give you a separate section. So I did all of that jazz. They gave me a bed, and this lady was like, oh, I'm just going to come and see if you're dilated or if your water is broken, because your water can break and you don't know. I'm just going to come and check and see. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was just there, and the contractions were just coming, but not too heavy. Not, you know, I think it was just me being the first time. I was just worried I need to go to the hospital. And she came, she was like, all right, if you can just take your pants, your trousers and everything for me, and I'll come do the checks. I took everything out, and I just lay there and I was waiting for her. Mind you, I was in there alone, because when you go into maternity assessment, you go in alone until when they send you into delivery suite, that they let your partner come with you. Come on, they didn't sleep. So I was in there alone, and she came in. She's like, I'm just going to use this gel and just put my 2 fingers down there and see if you're dilated, and then I'll check your water in a bit. I opened my legs, right, and she went down and she was like, you know, when someone has seen something and they're shocked, and you're like, right, what's going on? Am I dying? Is the baby out already? Is something happening? Right, the light is beginning to give me issues now. Anyway, let's do this video. And she was just like, oh, right, I was like, right, what's going on? You know, she was shocked. She didn't even say. She was like, oh, she just went in down there, and her finger just went. She did not even check if I was there. She just went. She was like, oh, right. I was like, what's going on? Is everything okay? She's like, that does not look good. You know, these people, the way they say. She's like, that does not look good. I'll get the doctor to come and see you. So I was like, right, is everything okay? She was like, I don't know. She said she doesn't know. I was scared. She's like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, you're supposed to know. How do you not know? What do you want me to think? It's like, I don't know, I'll get the doctor to come and see you. I was just there freaking out. She's like, she'll get the doctor to come and see me. I was like, And she's like, that's not normal. You know, when she said, I'll get the doctor to come and see you, and then she's like, that's not normal. I was like, is everything okay? She's like, I don't know, but that's not normal. It doesn't look normal. I'll get the doctor to see you. About the thing is that the doctor did not stay. You know, when you go to sometimes say they'll get the doctor and then the doctor takes forever to come and see you. This doctor was quick, and 5 minutes later the doctor was in there, and she was like, hi, are you Christabel? I was like, Christabel. She said, alright, the midwife told me something is going on here. I'm just going to check and see. And I was like, okay, maybe the doctor is going to tell me what's not normal. And she went down there. She was like, right, I think you have a cyst. I was like, what the fuck is a cyst? I was like, what the F is a cyst? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Is my baby okay? She's like, I was like, well, I've been feeling a bit swollen down there for some days now, and it's a bit, you know, painful today, yesterday, and today is like it got more and more sore and painful. She was like, yeah, it's big. You know, I was like, right, what do you mean it's big? She said, it's big, it's swollen and it's big, and we can't do anything about it. That's when I was like, I was like, first, I don't even know what you're talking about. Second, you can't do anything about it. Third, what's happening? And she said, well, the thing is, the cyst is big, and what has to be done is either they need to cut and remove it or drain it, but we can't really do any of those because you can have this baby at any time, and that can cause an infection to you and the baby, so we can't really do anything about your cyst. I was like, it's painful. She said, yeah, I know, the way it looks painful. I was like, yeah, it's really painful, trust me. It's really, maybe that's even what I was mistaken for, you know, contractions or whatever, because it's painful. And she's like, I'm just gonna bring some gas and air for you, and then I'll check to see if you're dilated. I was like, gas and air, do I need that? She's like, yeah, you need it. You know, when she's like, yeah, you need it, I was like, right, shit, it's about to happen. They brought gas and air, and she's like, just take deep breath in and out and see it, and I'm just going to put my fingers down there and see if you're dilated. I was like, is it going to work? Because shit, you couldn't even touch down there. It was so painful, like her fingers could not even go, don't touch me, it's painful. And I was like breathing in and out on that gas and air, but it wasn't working. You know, when people say, oh, gas and air, it doesn't work. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Not for me, it wasn't working. She's like, keep breathing in. I was like, breathing, and she like successfully got in, and she's like, pull her fingers on. She's like, oh, you're 2 centimeters dilated. I was like, eh? You joking? I was like, with all these things and everything, I'm 2 centimeters dilated. It was funny to me, and it was painful. I was like, should I cry or should I not cry? Like, how long am I going to have to be like this for? You're telling me it's 2 centimeters dilated. What's happened? And then she's like, all right, I'm just going to go back in there and check to see if your water is broken, because you can be 2 centimeters dilated and then your water is broken as well. You don't know. I was like, do you have to do it? She said, yes, I have to. So if your water is broken and with that cyst, we need to do something to get baby out, or there's going to be an infection. I was like, okay, go on. And she's like, oh, breathe in on your, you know, gas and air. And then things that when checking if your water's broken, they put this bloody thing inside your vajayjays. But she had to put something in there. She put that in. It was painful. I'm sorry guys, I keep saying painful because it was painful. I'm not even going to sugarcoat the pain, but it was painful. She came out, she was like, your water hasn't broken, so you're fine. Let's just pray that this baby is let's just pray that this baby holds on for another week or 2. I was like, well, but I'm 2 centimeters. She's like, yeah, you can be 2 centimeters dilated for weeks. So yeah. So I was like, okay. She's like, what do I do now? What do you do about the cyst? How is it going to, how am I going to give birth to my baby in case? She's like, you know what, we're going to give you some antibiotics and pray that this baby doesn't come anytime soon, so that those antibiotics can at least reduce the size of your cyst so you can have your baby naturally. I was like, okay, hopefully. And then they gave me some painkillers for that, and then they gave me those antibiotics, and she was like, oh, you can go home now and just keep taking your antibiotics, take the painkillers, and hopefully the size of the cyst is going to reduce by the time you go into labor. So it's like, okay. I went back home. This was Wednesday. Thursday morning I woke up. You know what, I put my hand down there and the size had tripled, not doubled, tripled. It felt like, and I could not walk. I was literally like holding stuff to walk. You know, has something ever been down there and painful and swollen and you feel like your vagina is about to fall out? I'm sorry guys, but this is I'm sorry guys, but literally that's how I felt. Like, you know, it's about to fall out. I couldn't even sit. So even the board that I was, you know, sitting and doing I could not sit on a soft chair, not to talk of a ball. I could not sit on anything. I was literally like walking on my knees. Like, I went down the stairs, I went down to the living room. You know, when I went downstairs, I didn't even want to come upstairs. I could not even come upstairs again. Not even like I didn't even want to. I could not come upstairs again because I was just like walking on my knees because I could not walk. It was so painful. Around maternity assessment, I was like, you know what, I can't do this. It's so painful. Like, it's not even the contractions anymore because I came back home and those contractions stopped. So it was just this hurting and the antibiotics. And I rang this lady. She was like, those antibiotics are going to take about 2 or 3 days to start working. I was like, eh? Why did you give it to me then if it's not going to start working immediately? She's like, it's going to take about 2 or 3 days to start working, and then hopefully, you know, everything will be fine. So it's like, right, 2 or 3 days to start working. And the painkillers are not working either because you tell me to take ibuprofen, what, and then paracetamol. How is that going to help me? It's not working at all. And this lady was like, oh, you can get some ice pack and, you know, just put it in a towel and just try to press down the area. I was like, it's not going to work either because I had wet my flannels trying to get some chillness down there, just trying to see if I can cool down the heat. Somehow I tried it before even calling you, and it didn't work. It was just so painful. It didn't work. And this lady was like, just wait it. You know when they say wait it out, she's like, wait it out. Like, wait it out, wait for it, it will get better. It wasn't getting better. And about what time, I stayed all day without pain. I managed to stay all day without pain. At about 9 p.m. like that, I couldn't. I was crying. It was painful. I was literally crying my eyes out, bawling. My eyes were like red. I was crying. I was like, I cannot do this anymore. They need to do something about this, because if it's going to be like this, what's going to happen to me? I cannot. I was crying and everything. Then, you know, Jay's dad was like, you know what, I'm going to have to call 911. Not even 911, what am I saying? Jay's dad was like, I'm going to have to call 999 because I can't. And he rang the emergency service, and they were like, oh, you can go to A&E because right now we can't send out an ambulance for you, so you have to make your way to A&E. And he was like, right, that's fine, we're going to A&E. We left. On our way to A&E, he was like, just call maternity assessment, tell them you're going to A&E, because the thing is that once you're pregnant, you go to A&E, they're not going to do anything to you. They're still going to send you back to maternity assessment. So I rang them. I was like, you know what, we've called emergency service and they've asked us to go to A&E. So right now I'm on my way to A&E, and that lady was like, right, just make your way here, because you go to A&E, they'll still send you here, so just come here. We went there, and the lady that checked me, she was like, right, I'm going to get the same doctor that saw you yesterday. Mind you, that's like the very next day. She's like, I'm going to get the same doctor that saw you yesterday to come and check you again. And it didn't stay. This doctor did not stay again. She came in and she was like, oh my god, this is more than double what I saw yesterday, and something needs to be done about it. I was like, yeah, now you're talking. Something needs to be done about it because it's painful. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry, but we need to do something about it. We need to drain it, cut it out, do something, because it's more than what it looked like yesterday, and you can't stay in this. I cannot even stand up. Talking of staying, how long am I going to stay in this? I cannot stand up. She's like, right, I'm going to have to take you to the, well, it's like a mini theater, something that they cut stuff, the operations there. She's like, I'll do all your paperwork, and then I'll get someone to come and get you to get a porter to bring you over there. Mind you, I was still alone because of what? Bloody coronavirus. She did everything, and they came, wheeled me over there, and this lady was like, right, it's not just her at this time. 4 different bloody doctors standing over me, and I'm like, right, what's happening? I'm just saying, like, what's going on, what's happening? She came first with a doctor, with another doctor and a nurse, and then she was like, I'm going to get another colleague of mine to come and have a look, just so we are clear what we're doing here. That colleague came with another colleague, so it was 4 doctors standing over me now and a nurse. I was just like, right, why do I have so many people? She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I know it looks so rude, we're all standing here looking down at your JJ, like, we're sorry, but we have to get this done. I was like, right, whatever I have to do, just do it. But yeah, and she's like, I'm just going to numb the area, you know, like, she's like, I'm going to numb the area, meaning I'm going to have to choke that, you know, that area that is painful. Like, I'm going to numb the area, just get broadcasting, and she's like, just take the what breath. I was like, this same shit that you guys gave me yesterday wasn't working. Why it's not going to work today again? She's like, just take deep breath in and out, in and out. I'm just going to try to numb the area, and we'll see what we can do. I took deep breath in and out, and she finally she finally did what she said. She had numbed the area so they can get into it. And mind you, what happens is that she said they're not going to cut anything, they're just going to try to drain the cyst and then put like a cyst catheter, because there's something that there's like a small catheter when they drain it, they put it inside, so the remaining whatever is there can drain inside the catheter, and then they will remove it maybe in a couple of days. So it's like, okay. And she numbed the area, but the area did not numb, because everything that they did to me in that room, I could feel every single inch of it. I was shouting. And she was like, I'm sorry, we don't want to put you to sleep, you know, because she's like, if we give you too much of it, you're going to go into sleep, and we don't want to put you to sleep because of the baby. We don't know what will happen, so we don't want to put you to sleep. I was like, but then just give me something stronger, you know. I don't want to feel this whole thing that you're doing to me, like you're cutting and you're pulling and you're squeezing and you're doing that. It's painful. She's like, I know, but we cannot put you to sleep because of baby. It was painful. So they did all, and then there was so much blood everywhere. I was like, right, so after all of this, I'm still going to have to give birth to a baby. She's like, yeah. So they did the draining, they put a catheter in. She said they could not cut cut it out because of an infection. So it's like, okay, after the training and after everything, it was still painful. It's not like it wasn't painful, it was still painful. And there was something else there again, a catheter. It's not this normal regular catheter that they used for people to, you know, wee when you cannot. It was like something that it was just attached to your, it was just put into your JJ area, you know. And I went in there at about what time? At about 11ish, and they finished at about 1. They finished everything at about 1ish, 1 in the morning. And after they finished, they're like, all right, you can go back home now. Mind you, this was Thursday or breaking Friday. This was breaking 1 a.m. in the morning on Friday morning. So we went back home. They gave me more painkillers and I went back home. And this lady was like, the catheter that's in there, if it gets full, it can fall out on its own, but if it falls out, that's fine. Just ring maternity assessment and come back, they will check it and maybe put another one back in. I was like, okay. But she said it's normal, it can fall out. I was like, okay. So got back home that morning. When was it? Okay, Friday morning at about 11ish. Yeah, got back home. Cyst has been drained, but it was still swollen. It's not like when it's drained it looks this size did not decrease. It was still swollen. I mean swollen. It was still swollen and it was still painful. I wish I could show you guys a pic because I actually have a picture, but no, unfortunately I cannot, because that means I'm going to have to be showing you stuff that you don't want to see, you don't need to see. So we came back home that morning. This was I mean this whole week was like a trip to the hospital every bloody day, you know. We came back home, stayed at home. At that point I could not sleep because I was in pains and everything. There was no sleep that was going to take me anywhere. I could not sleep. Then about 5ish in the morning, is it 5? Yeah, about 5ish. Yeah, about 5. Sometime around the morning on Friday, because well, it's Friday morning, yeah, at about 6, 5 something, but it was early morning. Guess what happened? My water broke. My water broke, and I was just there like, you know, like I was sat on the couch and I could feel like, you know, ladies, when you're having like some, I don't know if that happens just to me, but when you're having like a very heavy period, like feel how you feel the pressure of that period pumping out. I could feel something like, but I know I wasn't bleeding or anything, although I had that thing out. Like maybe it's the whole drain thing that they put in there that they say it's going to fall out. I stood up and it was just like, it just kept pouring. I was like, right, this is not normal, my water's broken. And I just stood up. I was like, right, first my vagina is hurting me, second they've put something in there in the name of a catheter, third my water's broken. So what am I going to do? Around maternity assessment, I told them, it's like they had already they already knew my number. That I called and she's like, oh, Christopher. I was like, yeah. She's like, is everything okay? I was like, my water's broke. She's like, all right, your cyst was just strained. I was like, yeah, it was just strained, but my water has broken. She's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. She's like, okay, just get your stuff ready. You know, at this point she was not even like, just come, because at the other time she's like, they were just like, oh, just come down, I'll check and see. Once I said my water has broken, she's like, right, pack your stuff. She's like, just get your stuff ready, get baby stuff ready and everything, and come down in an hour. This is another trip to the hospital again. We just came back from the hospital, and that hour I managed to pack, well, I already packed baby's bag, packed my hospital bag, everything. I just got up, got ready, everything, Did I even have something to eat? No, it was still very early. I didn't eat anything. Babies that didn't eat anything. And we went back to the hospital, and I went by into maternity assessment alone. The things that all these trips, he had to stay downstairs in the car or in the reception area, which he didn't like to stay there because of coronavirus. He was like, I'm not getting infected in this hospital, so he was always staying in the car. This time, because it was very early, he fell asleep in his car, and I was just up there alone, just waiting. As I went in there, the midwives did not do anything to me. As I just went, they were like, you know what, your case is just different, so we're not going to touch you. We're going to get the doctor to come and see you and check if your water's broken. I was like, can you guys not just do it? She's like, no, I'm sorry, no, we can't. The doctor has to, because you've been here a lot, and with whatever that's going on, we cannot. So I was just there chilling and waiting for the doctor. The doctor came with gas and air. I'm like, why are you bringing this? She's like, I need to check to see if your water is actually broken and to see if you're dilated again. I'm like, right, so there's nothing else that you can give me to go in there. You have to give me this thing that does not work, because you might as well just do it without it. She's like, trust me, it works. The pains that you're feeling, if you didn't have that, you probably feel more than. I was like, no, I don't think I'll feel more than that, because the pains that I feel, it's just too much. She went in there, she's like, yeah, your water has broken and you're still 2 centimeters dilated. I was like, okay. Normally when this happens, they send you back home to wait for labor, because I wasn't in labor or anything. My water had just broken. She's like, we can't send you back home, you're not in labor yet, but your water has broken, which means if you don't go into labor in the next 24 hours, they're going to have to induce you. But at this point, I'm sorry, we have to induce you right now because of whatever is going, because of everything that's going on. You're not in labor, but we have to induce you because your water has broken. We cannot let you go back home and wait for labor, because you might have an infection. I'm like, okay, induction, that means no water birth. That means I might end up with an epidural. That means my dreams of water birth is down the drain, like just like that. I was pissed. I was so angry. I was like, what is going on in my life? And they got everything ready. She's like, right, we're just going to get you ready and send you over to delivery suite, and then you can get your partner to come there and be with you, because that's the only place your partner could be with you, in the delivery suite. So I was like, okay. They got me ready and everything, and then we went over to the delivery suite, got me a room, they got me everything ready, they got me a midwife, because they have to get you a midwife that will be with you until you give birth or until shift changes. I went in there and I was induced at 10 in the morning. Mind you, I'd been there since 5 in the morning, since about, yeah, half 5ish, because from my house to the hospital is just like 15 minutes drive. So I'd been there since about half 5ish in the morning, and I got induced at 10 in the morning on Friday morning. So this is Friday the 24th. I was like, right, so I'm going to have this baby a day before my due date. That's fine, that's cool. I got induced at 10 in the morning, and I stayed on 2 centimeters dilated from 10 till at about 10 at night. This is serious. This is real. Like I wasn't in it's like my body was like, you know what, there's no labor. Maybe that water just broke because of all the fidgeting that they've been fidgeting around that area, because I wasn't progressing or anything. I was there, and then they came and they gave me an epidural. The woman was like, this is too much for you, we can't, you have to have an epidural. This is too much for you, because everything that's going on, the pains down there, this and that. She's like, this is too much for you, and we have to make sure that everything is you know, the baby is not in distress or anything. They gave me an epidural. I was just there like, okay. We are going to talk about this whole epidural situation later, because right now, that's a whole other story on its own. So I had epidural. I was just there. My legs were just like, the amount of water I had in that place. I was fat within a few hours. Like my legs were like this. I could not even lift them. Forget that epidural, you cannot lift your legs, but at least your hands are still working. You can support your I could not carry my own legs with my hands. Like I was, it was the whole situation was just too much for me. It was too much. And then at about, you know, they kept opening the doors of Papa sleep now. They kept opening my doors of is it potassium, everything, this thing that they used to induce level. They'll up the dose and they'll bring it out, up the dose, bring it out, because baby started getting distressed. He was like, I'm not having this, what are you guys doing, this is too much for me. So baby started getting distressed. He was like, his heart rate kept dropping and going up, dropping and going up, dropping and going up. And then about, you know, this is at about 10ish at night, I got checked again and I was still on 2 centimeters dilated, and these people were like, right, this is not normal, this is not okay. You've been in labor for God knows how long. 10 in the morning that they induced you, and you know when they induce you, they check your contraction. You can actually see that you're contracting on the monitor, and I was actually contracting. I was actually having contractions. Like I was actually, even before they gave me epidural, I was having contractions already from the induction. I was already having contractions. I could feel them and everything. It just took forever because when they checked, I was still on 2. So they gave me epidural. Like, this is too much for you. So they kept checking. I was still having those contractions and everything like that, but it was not my level was not progressing. It was just like, it was just there, just looking at places. At about 1ish, was it even 1? At about 1 a.m. again. Now this is Saturday 25th. This is actually my due date. This is Saturday 25th now. And around 1ish they came, the doctors came again, checked, and I was at 3. Like, praise the Lord, I was at 3 centimeters dilated. I was like, praise the Lord, maybe something is happening. I got to 3. Baby got even distressed even more. Like, baby was like, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. So they stopped the induction. They stopped it. They let me be for a while. We're like, right, we're going to stop it and see if your body will, you know, your body will go into labor naturally without anything, because now the baby is getting distressed a lot that we're scared of we're scared to carry it on. So I was just like, okay. They stopped it for about an hour or so. Nothing was happening. They kept checking baby's heart rate. It got settled for a bit, and then it kept going back up, and then the things that when it goes up, and then when it drops. And the midwife was just like, right, I'll just get the doctor. The doctor came in and they were like, all right, let's put you back on the medications, the whole induction thing. They put me back on the drip and started again. And at about 2:30, not actually half two, yeah, at about 2:30, because I had baby at about 3:05, actually at 3:05 in the morning. 2:30, the doctors came back in. She checked again. She was like, right, you are still on 3 centimeters dilated, and your baby's heart rate has dropped so much that we cannot take any chances again. We are not waiting. We don't know what will happen within the next hour, because right now the baby is in so much distress that we cannot take any other chances. So I'm sorry, we know you're not planning to have a C-section, but it's going to be an emergency. We're going to have to do an emergency C-section. I started crying. I'm like, First, the thing is that first I was just like, she's like, right, do you want us to give you guys a moment to talk about it? But she's just like, just talk, because that's what is going to happen, unless you want to wait it out and wait for what will happen. But we'll give you guys a moment to just, you know, talk about it. I was like, yeah, please just give us a moment. And I was bawling my eyes out. I was crying. I was like, first, my plans of having a water bath out of the window. Second, I had an epidural that I didn't even ask for. Third, could not even manage. Like, I was just crying. I was like, why? I was like, I don't want to have any scar. I did not want to. The thought of a C-section, like, I was just crying. I was like, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. This is not my birth plan. You know, when you have a birth plan, something in your head, like, this is what I want, and then it got to that point that this is not what I wanted. I was crying. I was like, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. My partner was like, oh, it's okay, just look at the bright side, you meet babies early and that. And I was like, no, this isn't what I wanted. And they didn't even give us 5 minutes to even have that chat. You know, when they say, oh, we'll give you some time to talk about it, less than 2 minutes, the doctors were, they rushed back in. They were like, right, we need to go now, we need to get more. I'm like, right, can you not even give us 5 minutes to talk? She's like, I'm sorry, we need to go now. I'm like, okay. I was just like, okay, I don't know what they're doing. As the doctor came in, the anesthesiast, whatever, please, I can't talk. But yeah, the people that gives epidurals, the lady was already in there. It was literally like everyone was just rushing in there. Like, within 5 minutes, that room was full of people that those people were not there. Like, that room was just me, my partner, and my midwife. But within 5 minutes, I had the doctor, I had an anesthesiast, I had my midwife and 3 other midwives in there with me. I'm like, why are you all in here? Like, why you guys, why are you all in here? Why is this room crowded? You know, I was like, why is this room crowded? And there was already another bed in there to move. I'm like, is this how emergency things work? Like, why are they rushing? At that point, the anesthetist had upped my dose of epidural, like, because she's like, all right, we're going, you know, she was talking, she's like trying to read me all these things, forms to sign. She's trying to read them to me, and then she's like, sign here. I was like, I'm sure I don't even understand what you're saying, but right now I have to sign. So I signed them. She's like talking, she upped my dose. And you know, when they upped that dose, at this point I was practically going into sleep, but I didn't want to go into sleep. I was trying my best to be awake, like to be awake and witness what was going on. I was like fighting. I was fighting that sleep. I was like, I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm not going to go to sleep. I am not going to go to sleep. And I was there. They wheeled me straight into theater. And then they asked my partner to change and come in there. He changed and he came in and I went in there. And this lady was like, oh, I could remember there was this lady in there that she's like, oh, move your right leg for me and I'll give you £1,000. I was like, yeah, right. She's like, yeah, do it. I promise I'll give you £1,000. I could not move. I was like, what if I actually do? Are you going to give me? She's like, yeah, move your right leg and I'll give you £1,000. I'm like, okay, I'll try. She's like, yeah, try. I could not move my right. She's like, try the left one, I'll give you £1,000. Just move any of your legs. I could not move a shit. I could not move any of my legs. She's like, see, because I know you cannot move it. I don't actually have £1,000, and I know you cannot move it. So yeah. And it's like pinching me, like, can you feel that? Can you feel that? And I'm like, no, I can't feel anything, and I'm trying to sleep. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was fighting that sleep, fighting here, and I'm trying to stay awake. I was like, I want to stay awake. Like, I really wanted to have my baby, have a skin to skin with my baby. Now this whole thing, this whole situation, you're covering my view. I cannot see anything. I don't know what's going to happen. And they were trying to explain to me, oh, we're just going to cut into your skin, and this and then and I was like, okay, just do it. I was just like, okay, just do it. They got everything ready, and the things that when they're doing the cutting, everything they're telling you, and there was this I don't know if it was midwife, doctor, nurse, whoever that was standing there holding my hand, telling me that, oh, now they're cutting into this, oh, now they're cutting into that, now they're trying to pull baby's head. I was like, okay, you know, I was trying to be alert as possible, and she tell me, now they've done the she's like, you're going to, it's more like, she said, so many, it's like a washing machine washing and stuff like that, so you feel, you kind of feel it, but you not feel the pain. I was like, okay. So she's like, now they're pulling your skin. I was like, do they have to pull my skin? She's like, yeah, they have to pull your skin, because you know when they do the cut and then they have to literally hold both sides, and it's like, yeah, they're pulling your skin open. She's like, yeah, they're pulling your skin open now so they can pull baby's head and bring it out. When they pull baby's, it's like, right, baby's head is out, they're just going to pull baby the rest of. I was like, she was explaining everything to me, like everything that was happening, she was explaining it to me. Just explain. I was like trying to fight that sleep and listen to what she was saying. And baby came out. She's like, right, baby's out now, you're going to hear baby cry in a minute. Like less than a minute, baby started crying. This video is too long right now, but I'm just going to carry on. And I'm fine, baby is fine. I'm still healing. I'm only 3 weeks postpartum. I'm still healing and everything. But to be honest, if I had to do it all over again for him, I will. That's the truth, I will. But this video has gone for too long now. Too long, and I feel like it's too long for my liking. It's more, I've been sat here for more than an hour talking, but I hope you guys will actually listen to me ramble. That's literally it. I still have a lot. I have to talk about my epidural story. I have to talk about coming back home with baby. I have to talk about the whole, how it felt like having a baby during this coronavirus period, everything, because I literally had to skip out the whole thing, all the rules and regulations, the things that we had to go through because of coronavirus, things that we had to do. You know, the fact that once your partner comes into the delivery suite, they are not allowed to go back out no matter how long you stay in there for. There is a lot to talk about, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me how your labor and delivery went, you know, if you've had a baby or if you've done a video. If you've done a video, mention down in the comment section so I can watch your video as well, because I was hoping to vlog my labor and delivery, but that didn't happen. That did not happen. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and I'll talk to you guys later. This young man is still sleeping. I would have showed you guys, but I'll definitely bring him on my next video and show you guys. And yeah, so he can say hello to my YouTube family. And guys, enough of all this talking. See you guys later. Bye.